So here we have the Swamp Rat Rodent 9, made by Swamp Rat Company, a subsidiary company of Boos. This particular blade is made of SR101. It's a drop point style of blade with a heavy black traction coating, which is stuck on really well, and I've used this for years and it's still doing really good. The overall length of the blade itself is approximately 39 centimetres. The cutting edge from the tip to the choil here is approximately 22 centimetres. The width of the blade from the cutting edge up to the spine is approximately 4.5 centimetres. And the size of the handle is 15 centimetres from this point here to the end of the exposed tang. The handle is made from brown micarta handle slabs with the standard 3 hollow tubed pins. It's a through tang with an exposed tang. There's a large finger choil here with a foreguard, and the blade is approximately 5mm thick, and it's not sharp at all. It's kind of rounded off for comfort. Now this blade, when I first got it, I didn't like it because of the shape of the handle. It's got a lot of contouring in it, and it took me quite a while to get used to this contouring. But once I did, I thought it was a great knife. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, it's not everybody's cup of tea. And this contouring of the blade handle is basically for different types of grip. So here we have the foregrip, with a reinforced thumb on top. Then you have the middle grip with the index finger here and the middle finger there round the hump, and you can see the 3 fingers still fit in, and this large hump here fits in between the fingers. So I have a extra large hand, so this might not be the knife for you. It's just solely because of the shape of the handle. See here that the 3 fingers fit on the rear grip, or you can do a E.G.O type grip to the rear here, which is very comfortable when it comes to heavy chopping. So here's the handle with the hump in the middle. As I say, it's not everybody's cup of tea, and it has a large finger guard here to the front and a large finger choil also. So your index finger fits in there nice, gives a good wrap in. We're going to do a bit of battening here with it, so let's see how we get on. So this is a piece of pine. Oh, there we go. This is actually quite a good piece of wood. Yeah, it seems to be going through it fine. Over the last couple of weeks, everything's been frozen, as you've seen in my last couple of videos. This is really easy for this. The spine's about 5mm thick with a heavy traction coating on it, and you can feel it kind of bind up a bit in the wood. Nothing too bad, but all I've done is taken a light bit of sanding to the surface of the coating, and I found that's actually helped it quite a bit. knot there, and that's us through it. There we go. Right, let's see how it is with a bit of feathering. And like most of the scrapyard and boost kind of knives, it's got a wide angled geometry on the secondary edge there, so they're not the greatest for doing feathers, but I'll get it done. And this blade's actually needing a sharpen. And I've said to you in the past that the SR101 steel can be quite difficult at times to get an edge on it, or a really good edge on it when you're out in the field, but you'll get a good working one with just a limited amount of tools. This grain, you can see, is a bit stuttery. These are quite big shavings here, but it's doing it, and I think these will take no problem. And it's done that in seconds. No, but just not too bad for such a big knife. I mean, it's a 9-inch cutting edge it's got on it. But this finger choil here and the large finger guard allows the 2 fingers with the gloves to fit in, and this bump here allows the next 2 fingers to fit in behind it. You can see that. And the pinky goes round the outside of the hump. As I've said, this knife is not everybody's cup of tea. It's all dependent on the size of your hands. But there you go, there's a few feathers done. And like most of the swamp yard knives, the spine isn't sharp, and like the rest of the videos you've seen me do, I just use the edge with my fire steel to get them going. So there you go, that's the kind of feathers it can do. I can do them a lot thinner if I took my time. Yep, there you go, straight off the bat, no bad. So let's see how we got on with a bit of splitting in then with this drop point. So the hand fits in at the guard here, the pinky, no problem. Gives you a good positive stop. Up here it's just the knots, I think it's stopping it. There we go, yeah. Should go through it okay. Feel your pinky hit off this foreguard, and that's me with the gloves on. So I wouldn't say it's the most comfortable, but it definitely gives you a positive stop when you need it. So I take it's a bit of compromise there between functionality and comfort. Definitely does it, no problem, right off the splitting. Not the best of wood, this. Right, does that okay. I wouldn't say the cross guard My foreguard here is that comfortable. I can really feel that hitting off my pinky and getting a bit of slip on this smooth mercator, but it's just the use of it here. It's been smoothed right down through the years. Apart from that, it does the job fine, and that wasn't the best wood for splitting, but the edge, the tip, does it good enough. Right, so what I'm going to show you then is me actually doing a bit of splitting with the naked hand without the glove on, because I feel the glove leather's just letting me slip down here and constantly banging off the foreguard here there. For a safety point of view, that's brilliant. For comfort, no, it's not the greatest. But what you find when you've got a naked hand here or a gloveless hand, what you find is you actually grab up onto this point here. The finger fits in here and here, and thumb on top to reinforce it, and it helps secure. So I'll show you that, how it works. There you go, split that down. Try this bit. So a finger, basically split them between the hump here in the middle. Thumb on top. And it's just the knots again in the wood. See the big knot here. Let's see if I can split it. Yep. So there you go. Actually feels better without the glove on. I've come to the end of the day and I've been out here since 8 o'clock this morning. Been chopping away and processing down a lot of wood for the fire. As I say, what I do at the end of the day is I just give it a quick strop on the belt, and that seems to keep it hair shaving sharp. The steel holds a great edge, just don't let it go too far or you need to take it to the stones to put the edge back on it. So it is needing a wee touch up. So just a quick on and off, doesn't really take much I find. Just a minute or so, it's back and forth on the belt. Yeah, feel that grainy bite, so I'll just show you how sharp this is. There you go. That's it, it's just bring it back to hair shaving sharp with just a few seconds on the belt. That's all I ever need to do to keep this in good working order for what I do out in the field. Right, so there you go. Easy field maintenance. I would say I've had this knife approximately 10 years. It's a fantastic survival knife. If you're looking for a knife that needs to do a lot of heavy duty tasks, I could definitely recommend one of these. The steel, which is SR101, is really good, and it holds an edge for a considerable period of time. It can take a lot of abuse, a lot of shock, really tough. I use a handy sharp and a cross block, and it keeps a good field edge on it, and I just drop it every now and again to maintain the edge after each use, and it's really good for what I do. So I'm well pleased with its performance over the years. So I can recommend this knife for anybody who's thinking about doing a survival course, a sear type course, guys who are serving in the military. This knife will definitely suit your needs if that's the task that lay ahead for you. And it's not the greatest for a small bushcraft task, doing your feather sticks. It produces shavings, they do light, and I'm being happy enough with it. I just think the steel's fantastic, and that's one of the reasons it's been one of my mainstay knives in my armoury over the years, and especially in these cold temperatures that we're experiencing at the moment. It's -7 today, and the wood's frozen, and this knife here doesn't bat an eyelid at it. It's absolutely nothing to it. So if you need a heavy duty survival knife, I could definitely recommend one of these by Swamp Rat. Right, I'll catch you all in my next video. Cheers.